just gonna get settled in. Time to move on. Get on with my life. Yes, absolutely.
It's been almost 9 years since you've last seen Max Payne. Rockstar Games had a lot to prove taking on the continuation of this classic PC third-person shooter, since the original developer, Remedy, parted ways with Max in 2002. Has Rockstar succeeded in making a true worthy sequel, or is Max Payne 3 a Max Payne to play? Before the release, there has been a lot of controversy regarding the new setting of the game. While the predecessors have been placed in New York City, a large part of Max Payne 3 is set in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Indeed, the grim, dark streets filled with Russian mobsters and Valkyrie junkies are no longer here. Instead, they have been replaced with nightclubs, favelas, and luxurious cruise ships. After the events of Max Payne 2, our hero returns to his home in New Jersey, where he lives the life of self-pity.
And with that, I guess I was ready for bed.
That is, until he meets Raul Passos, a former colleague from the police academy who is doing a private security job for the Branco family.
Sure beats New Jersey, huh, Max?
Some ways.
Max and his friend engage themselves in a conflict with the mob, and soon Max is forced to move out to Brazil as well. As you might suspect, things don't work out well for him.
I didn't need my Portuguese for Beginners phrase book to work out what was going on. The guy making the noise was the boss. He was sending them around to cut me off from the other side. And sure enough, a few seconds later I had some company on the dance floor.
Needless to say, Max doesn't turn out to be a good bodyguard. Half drunk all the time, addicted to painkillers that he downs with whiskey, he simply cannot do his job properly.
Back home, it was time for some R&R, the only way I knew how.
James McCaffrey, who returns as both a voice actor and a mocap actor, delivers an absolutely stellar performance.
Look at me, I'm standing in a nightclub, listening to music I can't stand. I'm 5,000 miles from home, I'm armed and I'm drinking. You don't want to listen to advice from me, amigo.
Oh, Max, I love.
Payne's famous monologues make a return, although the flowery metaphors are more often than not replaced by harsh cynicism and bitter nihilism.
This kind of place made me want to puke. I needed a real drink to deal with the electronic music and the robotic people.
The story is rather easy to follow through the heavily edited cutscenes, definitely reminding me of movies like Men on Fire. The old comic panel storytelling device is gone, but the fleshy cutscenes definitely make up for it. The visual aspect, heavily inspired by IO Interactive's Kane and Lynch 2 Dark Days, actually plays a large role in storytelling as well. It represents Max's constant hangover and tipsiness, with cut-up, multi-framed, noisy scenes, flashing lights and weird camera angles. Overall, Max's story is an engrossing, brilliant experience, and what's even more important, it keeps in touch with the noir aspect of the previous games. Max Payne 3's gameplay is the old-school fun you remember from the previous games. There is a massive arsenal of weapons to choose from, ranging from revolvers through micro SMGs, and ending with a sniper rifle and a grenade launcher. The old gameplay mechanics are still here, both bullet time and shoot dodge make a return, and you absolutely need to use them if you want to stay alive, especially on harder difficulties. Max Payne 3 is mercilessly brutal. The developers take pride in that, it seems, since there is a button that allows you to slow down time to see your bullets shot at the last enemy in the area. The game utilizes the Euphoria physics engine known from GTA 4, and although some hilarious glitches might occur, you can feel the impact of the bullet with every shot, and seeing an enemy stumbling over a set of stairs never gets old. The game is a majestic theater, a wet dream of John Woo and Chow Yun-fat, and a glorious sight to any gamer. The environments intensify the firefights even more, from shattered glass through empty shells bashing the floor with every shot, to massive splinters falling off of wooden surfaces. The game is a truly thrilling ride throughout all 14 chapters, lasting from 9 to 12 hours. When it comes to multiplayer, I have mixed feelings. The maps are well balanced for the amount of players that can play at the same time, yet, paradoxically, the gameplay is way too chaotic. You have your classic character progression system with hundreds of ways to customize your character both visually and in terms of abilities. These abilities, called bursts, are basically perks known from Call of Duty. Some of them increase your damage, one grants you bullet time, which actually works fantastic in multiplayer. Another one makes you appear as a teammate to your enemies. One game mode I really liked is called Painkiller, where two players take a role of Max Payne and Raoul passes. They start up loaded with ammo and bullet time, and if you manage to kill one of them, you become either Raoul or Max. One of the most marketed game modes, Gang Wars, is a hit or miss when it comes to actual enjoyment. Max Payne 3 is hardly an objective-based shooter, and many players are simply running around killing dudes without caring about the objectives at all. And honestly, I can't really blame them. Objective-based gameplay doesn't have a place in a Max Payne game, just like a simple deathmatch doesn't fit in Arma or Operation Flashpoint. Rockstar prepared a galore of settings and options for the PC owners. The team increased the details on both characters and vehicles, along with increasing the resolution of the cutscenes. Even though they are basically just big files, you don't really notice a difference in quality when compared to in-game footage. Too bad we don't get those in real time though, which would bring the game size down significantly from the 30 GB it currently requires. The port is extremely well done, and the game runs silky smooth on my rig, which, to be honest, I did not expect. Considering the GTA 4 port fiasco, I just hope that Rockstar learned its lesson and the upcoming GTA 5 will be an excellent port, just like Max Payne 3 is. The game's score is fantastic. The eclectic, brutal soundtrack by New York rock band Health is probably one of the best ones I had the pleasure to listen to in the last year. Additionally, the music is completely dynamic, so when there's a lot of action going on, the drums are heavy and loud, while when you're just walking around, it gets quiet. The dramatic percussion, heavily distorted guitars, and memorable tracks are one of the many reasons this game is so enjoyable and satisfying.
I hadn't seen it coming, but that was no surprise. It's hard to keep your eye on the ball through the bottom of a glass.
Rockstar has taken a lot of risk reshaping one of the most popular games on the PC. It can't be denied that Max Payne 3 is a proper successor to previous games, and is a beautiful and well technically designed shooter. What little bugs there are, they do not hinder the experience in a significant way, and fun multiplayer modes improve the game's longevity, making this product a game definitely worth buying.